Hi students, our topic is numerical aperture and acceptance angle. It is very important question. So many times this was given in the examinations. So this is a 10 marks question. So please watch number of times this one. Very important. So what is meant by numerical aperture? So we know that optical fibers are used in communication. We are sending information in the form of light. We are sending information in the form of light. So it is clear, optical fibers always send information in the form of light. So that's why our optical fiber has the capacity to gather the light. It must have the capacity to gather the light. So this is the one of the very important parameter that should possess our optical fiber. What is that one? Our optical fiber always gathers the light because the information is carried out in the form of light. So that's why optical fiber must gathers the light. That gathering capacity of light of an optical fiber is known as numerical aperture. Very important. So what is meant by numerical aperture means the light gathering capacity of an optical fiber is called numerical aperture. So that's why, so for every optical fiber we must calculate the numerical aperture. Once we know the numerical aperture, that value gives the light gathering capacity. Okay, clear? So what is meant by numerical aperture? The light gathering capacity of an optical fiber is known as numerical aperture. Next one. We know that optical fibers always works on the principle of total internal reflection. Optical fibers always works on the principle of total internal reflection. So what is the condition for total internal reflection? The angle of incidence is always greater than the critical angle. So the angle of incidence is always greater than the critical angle. So this is the optical fiber. We know that inner part is called core, outer one is called cladding. So when the light ray is launched, with angle of incidence, the ray enters into the core. At the core and cladding interface, always total internal reflection takes place. Then only the light travels inside the fiber with minimum loss. So that means our launching angle must be satisfies the condition. Here the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. So we must launch the light with certain angle at which TIR, total internal reflection, takes place. So once again I am repeating, this is very important definition. At which angle of incidence total internal reflection takes place, that angle of incidence is called acceptance angle. That angle of incidence is called acceptance angle. So here two parameters are very important for an optical fiber. One is the numerical aperture and another one is the acceptance angle. So first of all, we must launch or incident the light with acceptance angle, then only the light suffers total internal reflection. Next one. So optical fiber must possess the capacity to gather the light. That gathering light capacity is known as the numerical aperture. So these two parameters are very important for an optical fiber. One is the acceptance angle, another one is the numerical aperture. So first we calculate the numerical aperture. Come. So here we are taking an optical fiber. This is called core. This is called cladding. So this is the air medium. So there are three mediums. One is air, another one is core, another one is cladding. So there are three mediums: air, core, cladding. The refractive index of air here is taken as N0. Refractive index of core is taken as N1. Refractive index of cladding is taken as N2. What is our general condition? N1 is greater than N2. So always core refractive index is more than cladding, but the difference is low. N1 difference is very low. Okay, next come to this diagram. So this is the optical fiber and this dashed line is the fiber axis. This is called fiber axis. Here the light ray is launching. One word, launching. That means we are incidenting from one medium to another. That is called launching from air. Refractive index is N0 with an angle of incidence theta I. A is the interface between air and core. A is the interface between air and core. At the boundary or interface, the light is incidenting with an angle of incidence theta I. Clear? So at A, because of difference in media, refraction takes place. So this is the refracted ray. AB is the refracted ray. This refracted ray touches at B. So here core cladding interface. B is the core cladding interface. This refracted ray again acts as the incident ray for B. So don't confuse. AB is the refracted ray. This ray is also acts as incident ray at this B. So here this theta is also called angle of incidence for this B. Theta R is called angle of refraction. So there are three. Theta I, angle of incidence. Theta R, angle of refraction. Again theta is also angle of incidence at B. Angle of incidence at, when this theta is greater than critical angle, then total internal reflection takes place and the ray touches the cladding at the lower surface. Clear? This is very important. When this theta is greater than theta C. Here this theta is greater than theta C, then total internal reflection takes place. So how we can change this theta means it is depends on this theta I. This theta value is depends on theta I. When we change theta I, the theta value is also changes. So at a particular theta I, this theta becomes greater than theta C, then TIR takes place. That particular angle of incidence is called acceptance angle. Once again, so here this theta is changed with respect to this theta I. So we are changing this theta I until this theta becomes greater than theta C. So that particular theta I is called theta A. Okay? Got it? So this theta A is called acceptance angle. So at the acceptance angle, this incident angle becomes more than the critical angle and total internal reflection takes place. Finish. So remaining all derivation. You know very well the derivation. So using Snell's law at boundary A and boundary B, we get that acceptance angle. First, we apply Snell's law at boundary A or interface A. Here N0 is the refractive index of air, N1 is the refractive index of core. So that's why N0 sin theta I equals to N1 sin theta R. N0 sin theta I equals to N1 sin theta R. This is our equation 1. Next, here we draw a normal at C. So this is the theta. We make a triangle ABC here. So in triangle ABC, already know that this is normal. So here the angle is 90. So the remaining angles, so theta R plus theta always equals to 90. So that's why theta r plus theta equals to 90. From that theta r equals to 90 minus theta. Substituting 2 in 1. So n naught sin theta I equals to n1 90 minus theta. So that is cos theta. Next here we use the condition. What is the condition? When theta I is equals to theta A, then theta is greater than theta C. So for our mathematical condition, we are taking greater than or equal to. Here we are using equal to condition. So that is the condition. Very important. This is the key point. What is that? Theta I equals to theta A, then theta equals to theta C. Substitute n naught sin, instead of theta I, we are replacing with theta A. Instead of theta, we are replacing with theta C. N naught sin theta A equals to n1 cos theta C. This is equation number 3. Next, we know that critical angle formula. This is the critical angle formula. Sin theta C equals to n2 by n1. From that cos theta C equals to this one. Cos theta C equals to this. So again, equation 4 is substituted in equation 3. We get this one. Already we know that for air media n naught equals to 1. So that's why sin theta equals to root n1 square minus n2 square. So already I have told that all derivations are derived in the form of inputs. Our inputs are only n1 and n2. So all derivations comes to n1 and n2. So here theta A is called acceptance angle, that equals to sin inverse root n1 square minus n2 square. So take the derivation and make it. So once again I place the derivation. Please note it. Again. So very important. So please take all information.